We're out here at the Franklin Cemetery. Mark actually done a little bit more investigating on the place today, and they don't want anyone out here at night. As a matter of fact, if you look right over here, you can see the surveillance in this place. The Franklin Frost Cemetery is steeped in myth and legend, from ghostly children to glowing gravestones. In this video, we're going to do a short investigation of the Frost graveyard. One thing is for certain, we have no idea what we'll find. Supposedly the minister had killed two little girls and then later hung himself from that bell tower. We're going to delve deep into this old cemetery. Using the latest technology that we can afford, we are going to step right into the history of this cemetery and see what we can find. We're out here at the Franklin Cemetery. Mark actually done a little bit more investigating on the place today, and they don't want anyone out here at night. As a matter of fact, if you look right over here, you can see the surveillance in this place. This is the church we told you about, where supposedly the minister had killed two little girls and then later hung himself from that bell tower. But they wanted to do the 900 question thing with us, and didn't want anybody out here after dark, but we still promised you guys we were going to come out here, and we wanted to keep that promise. And just do a real quick walkthrough while it's still daylight, see what we can see, and then we're going to head off to another old historic cemetery here in the area. This gravestone right here, the Frost grave, first and foremost, right here by the fence. There's the road out there. This is the one that is rumored to glow a light green at night. As you guys can see, there is a lot of very old graves out here at this cemetery. You can see where vagrants have come in and broken stones and tipped them over and things like that. We even seen some that had iron bar bolted to the back of them to try to keep them in one piece. But you know, what can a groundskeeper do when you've got people coming in trying to destroy a resting place like this? I'm going to do one EVP. We're going to check out this new meter and see what it says. Okay, normally $30 to $60 is what's normal. As you can see, we're running low now. So if you'll hold on for just a sec, I'm going to pause this puppy, and we're going to check out. Over at the glowing grave. All right, guys, I just ran a little bit of an experiment with this thing. I want you to watch this meter. Keep in mind 30 to 60 microjoules is normal. There's 92.3, 92.4.
Picking up anything?
And again. There's your magnetic field. There you have it. Almost 40% above normal. But you step away from it. Watch this. We're out here on Daly Road at the Daly Cemetery. There's a lot of old graves here. Now check some of these out. Right there's the oldest grave in the cemetery. John Pettigrew. Died September 19th, 1838. He was 80 years old at that time. 80 years, 5 months, 29 days.
Revolutionary War vet. This is 1776.
Yep, 1776. Mark actually just brought up a really good point that I hadn't noticed yet. Check this out. If you look at all these graves, they're all pointing east-west. Right there's your eastern sky, back behind us is the west. There's Mr. Pettigrew pointing towards the north. His feet are to the north, his head is to the south. Standing watch over the whole cemetery. First man here. Pretty interesting to walk around here and see graves that were here before my family even touched foot on this continent. Kind of surreal. Benjamin Haig, born St. Joe County, December 21st, 1847. Died December 30th, 1887. That is, see if we can figure this one out. Private Company H, 2nd Regiment, Indiana Volunteers. If you guys want to see something really interesting, check out the Milligos. Now watch. We have a grave right here of Hamilton White. He died in 1856, February 27th. Check this out. As the Milligos continued to climb, I noticed a distinct prickling feeling on the hairs on my arms. I've never seen readings like this, even on those professional paranormal investigating shows. This one here just really kind of threw me off. Alright, well, as you can see, there's a lot going on here. I'm going to head back to the car for right now and wait for dark. We're going to give this thing a shot. I'm liking this place. When I was off down here at the other end of the cemetery, Mark was down here at the far west end. Look what he checked out, look what he found.
Regiment, Michigan, sharpshooters.
Berdan sharpshooter right there, the same thing that that little green cappy right there signifies.
Company G was Wisconsin. Interesting how he got all the way from Michigan. Did a little research on him on my phone. He was at the Battle of Gettysburg, Wisconsin, where sharpshooters on Emmitsburg Road. So this was a nice find.
On this very first EVP session on sharpshooter Katie's grave, I set the static level very low and brought the voice recognition very high. I didn't know what to expect on this, and I was very surprised what came through on this. I think it was a shock to both of us, but sadly a lot of it was not heard with our naked ear and wasn't identified until later when we had a chance to run voice recognition while we were editing the program. I was shocked at some of the words that actually came through. hope you guys are hearing this as clearly as we are. Yeah, go for it, Mark. Say something.
Sharpshooter Katie, this is Sharpshooter Mark from the Company B, 2nd United States Sharpshooters. I'm one of you guys. Can you say something? How bad was the fighting in Gettysburg?
We're going to give this whole operation a rest until it gets a little darker. We've all of a sudden got a mist out here, periodic, depending upon where you're walking in the graveyard. It's kind of unusual seeing as how the Doppler is completely clear and there is 0% chance of precipitation. But for some reason, we're getting some mist. We just found another Civil War grave out here. I want you to check out what we're doing here.
Did you fight in Shiloh or Vicksburg?
Can you talk to us? Say something. Check this out, guys. Whoa, did you hear that? I could only assume that easy it was in direct response to me grunting in pain when my right knee popped while I was bending down to that gravestone. Mr. Pettigrew.
if you cross the Delaware River with General George Washington.
It's off the scale. It's clear up at the top of the meter. Mid-range. Check this out. 70, 69, 74, 77. We're gonna pick this thing up and put it right here. Can you say something to us, Silky? Talk to us. Let us know you're still there. Here very soon I'm going to ask a question. Pay close attention to how the numbers on the meter rapidly change. Can you play with the numbers on the big black box? Sharpshooter Katie. Again, there's no discernible verbal communication, but I asked the sharpshooter to try to manipulate the numbers on the EVP meter. Can you play with that big black box, make the numbers move? Can you make the numbers go up? Can you make them go down? Can you make them move hardly or any more than they're already moving? Do you have anything you want to say? After this interaction, things got rather quiet with Sharpshooter Katie, and we decided to go ahead and start finishing up so we could wrap up for this visit at the Daly Road Cemetery. And then right as we were leaving the cemetery, right in the last row of gravestones, we saw this. We just left the Daly Road Cemetery. Was quite the fulfilling event for Mark, I know that. What do you have to say?
That was a great find, seeing one of my sharpshooter boys. That was the highlight of my night.
Going out and investigating the Franklin Cross Cemetery and the Daly Road Cemetery was definitely a highlight of our investigating time in the historical haunted cemeteries here in Michigan. I can't believe the things we picked up. It completely blew my mind when I got into editing and started looking. I can't speak for Mark, but I can't wait for the next adventure. Hey guys, it's Drew with Living History Comes Alive. We have a lot of interesting members to our family here on Living History Comes Alive. And one of them that I'd like to pay a little homage to right now is Nick. Nick is an awesome leather worker. He makes wallets, he makes saddlebags, he makes saddles, he makes holsters. So I'm telling you what, if you want some good leather work done, some high quality stuff, you need to get a hold of Nick. I'm going to put his information right here at the end of this little clip so you know how to get a hold of him so you can get the best quality work that money can buy. Thank you guys for checking out the videos. Thank you guys for becoming members of the family. Always look forward to chatting with you. Y'all have a great day. God bless y'all.